What's good, YouTube? It's of course the Leviathan Prophecy, and before I get into this video, please like, comment, subscribe. Um, this video is about obviously Jake from he used to be the quarterback for the Bills. Obviously, they released him, and then he spent some time as a backup in Georgia in college. And now he had his start a few days ago, and he wasn't really bad. He commended the offense, and he commended the offense. He looked poised. Outside of that one sack that he got, that he lost like what I think it was like 12 yards, or yeah, outside of that one sack, he was not really that bad. People say that he don't have the strongest arm. They've been saying that for they they've been saying that to Dak for years. And Dak can throw it. Because we saw that firsthand when Landon Collins opened his big fat mouth saying that oh Landon Collins, oh not Landon Collins, oh Dak is just he can't throw it deep. He's just dinking dunk guy. And what happened opening night? The first possession that the Cowboys had, they bombed it. What was it? I think it was like 44 or 55 yards to Cooper for a touchdown. Yeah, so, say it, don't spray it. You know what I'm saying? Like, just keep it between you. But that was Landon Collins' wrongdoing. Obviously, he's not on this team no more. But anyways, but yeah, man, Jake Fromm, he's not really bad. He's not really bad. Now, I'm not going to go out on a limb and say, oh, he's our future quarterback, because he's not. But he's a decent backup to have, and every good quarterback have to have a decent backup. Obviously, I don't know what the Giants saw Mike Lennon. Probably he was just tall, and, he always had a big arm coming out of college. But, he never amounted to nothing. Even when he was a backup to Winston, he just came in there for like garbage time, unless the Bucks was getting blown or the Bucks had a large margin. Maybe they would probably throw him in there for like garbage time if the Bucks were up like 41-17 or something like that. But if it was close, Jameis Winston was obviously the guy. But he just never displayed his true talent. You know what I'm saying? But anyways, man, yeah, but Jake Fromm is not really bad. He strikes me as an Andrew Luck type of dude. Andrew Luck. I remember his first year. He said that he's not looking to fill Peyton Manning's shoes. He's just going in there and doing the best that he could. He had everybody in command. He was commanding the offense. He wasn't looking lost like freaking Mike Glennon was, and you can always tell, Peyton Manning was like that. Dak was like that, Eli was like that his first year against the Falcons. You know what I'm saying? I remember when he was telling Jeremy Shockey what to do, and, he was just, directing traffic, and that's what you're supposed to do as a quarterback. You know what I'm saying? You are the leader of that team, But yeah, but we'll see this Sunday. We do face the Eagles again. So yeah, so the last time we beat the Eagles, it was by 1 point. So who knows? Maybe we could sweep them. Maybe we won't, knowing that it's going to be on the road. You know, but I think Jake Fromm is up to it, up to the challenge. Now, I'm not saying that we're going to lose, we're going to win, but it's going to be a close game. But one of the teams have to win, right? Unless it ends in a tie, which I don't understand why the NFL have ties. Like, what's the point of ties? Major League Baseball don't have a tie. The NBA don't have ties. Like, why do we have ties in the NFL? That crap don't make sense to me at all. I think it's just like I think the NFL just want another stat. Like, how many teams can, like, if you go throughout, not even the history, but if you start from 1999 all the way to 2021, who has the most ties in NFL history? Which team has the most ties in NFL history? Like, that's not even a remote stat. That's a made up stat. Well, actually, I can't really say that's a made up stat because stats, not stats, but ties are real. And, you know, I mean, the NFL used to have sudden death, but I believe they took that away. Like when two teams go to overtime and nobody scored, they used to go to sudden death. So now they don't even have that no more. So that you could tell, you could see the NFL is going the wrong direction. But yeah, man. I think he's gonna play decent. Now, will he make a few mistakes? He probably may. I mean, like I said, most people say that he don't have the biggest arm in the show. He don't have the biggest arm, but he's very accurate with the ball. He has very good pocket awareness, pocket presence, which you should have as a quarterback, in a quarterback, I should say. Like we should not even be in this position, to be honest with you. But I've been saying mobile quarterbacks is not the new wave, man. If you want to play for another 15 years in the National Football League, standard quarterback is the way to go. I mean, you look at Drew Brees, you look at Big Ben, you look at Eli, you look at Phillip Rivers, those guys' career lasted because they didn't take the necessarily hits. It's not because they couldn't run. Phillip Rivers wasn't the fastest, obviously the fastest quarterback, but when he needed to run, he could run. Eli Manning was not the fastest quarterback. We all know that, but when he needed to run, he can run. You look at that game against the Dolphins in London in '07. He outraced Jason Taylor, and Jason Taylor was the Dolphins' fastest linebacker, and he outraced them. So there was some moments where Eli Manning ran. Eli Manning is not slow by a mile. By a mile. You see, Tom Brady. So Jake Fromm don't really necessarily have the wheels. He don't have the wheels that Daniel Jones possess. But what he does have is he goes through his reads like a quarterback should. You know what I'm saying? I remember that game. I remember the game, not really the game, but in that particular game against the Cowboys, he went to Galladay twice. He knew Shepard was covered. Boom, he hit Galladay twice. He came back to him again. He saw Galladay was double teamed. He went to Evan Ingram, even though if Evan Ingram didn't catch it, but or I think that was Jake. I think that was Mike. Yeah, I think that was Mike Lennon. But yeah, man, he just go through his progression, something that Daniel Jones don't do, And we all know Georgia program is different from Duke's program, like quarterbacks coming out of Georgia isn't really that bad, Um, I mean, they're not terrible. I mean, they're better than Duke's quarterbacks, to be honest with you, because that school they don't prepare you at all. They just, I mean, and it's not Daniel Jones's fault. It's just the way he was brought up in that system. You know what I'm saying? But Jake, he strikes me as a guy that knows the offense. He may not say he doesn't know the offense, but I'm pretty sure he does because it don't take you that long to understand the playbook. That's like, you have to get the menus right. You have to, like my cousin was a bartender once, and his job, his homework was to obviously, remember all the drinks. You know what I'm saying? You can mix and match all the drinks. It's the same thing as a playbook. You're just learning the concepts of each route and how how each player you know, finesse their route. You know what I'm saying? So it's, it's not really that hard, but you just have to, obviously, you have to put the work in. But he wasn't bad. Now he's going to get his first full game because obviously he came in garbage time, you know what I'm saying?